Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good. We're in Kiev at the moment. I thought we'd support them.
Yeah.
So yeah. You had a good first day back at school, back at work?
Yeah. Just 0 to a billion. It's like you've never been away. It's crazy, but all good. All good.
Good. Good. Right. So you've frozen, Jackie.
I have.
Yeah. Didn't know whether that was you or me.
Oh no, I'm still. Oh. There you go. I think I'm back.
Yay. That's all right. Right. Who else have we got? There you go. So hi, Caroline. Hi, Susan. Hi, Julie. Hi, Mum. And Helen's dinner time. I've just finished mine. I have to say, I have just made. I had slow cooker out, and I did beef stew, and then steamed my cauliflower and blitzed it with a little bit of oil and salt and pepper, and had that as my mash. And it was absolutely fab. Your dad, Jackie, your dad didn't know whether it was potato or not. He was like, oh, it's fab. Cool. So yeah, blitzed cauliflower. It tastes really, really, really good, I have to say, as a mash, as a replacement. So yeah, worth a try. I'm going to put together a cauliflower recipe book, because you could literally have a 5-course meal just on cauliflower, and it would all taste completely different. So amazing. Right, hello everybody. Okay, how are we feeling after the weekend? And kind of come see, okay. So I'm gonna ask you for anybody got any questions, first of all, for the next week? Susan.
I did just post a bit on Signal. Thanks very much for the article on are you in ketosis and still not losing weight.
Yep.
So maybe I'd be guilty of a few too many nuts, I would say. That's me. Okay. But I am heavily, I have never had such a reading on the ketosis. I posted on Signal the colour. Yeah. So definitely lots of ketones in the blood. But the thing that I found confusing is the very last of the article suggests that you should be eating 500 calories in a day.
No, I went back. I saw your posting just before.
Yeah.
And I opened the article back up and I had another read through. What it suggests is a deficit of 500 calories.
Oh, okay.
So you have your basal metabolic rate. Okay, so your basal metabolic rate is the number of calories that your body needs in order for you to just lay in bed and do nothing, but for all your vital organs to work, for your heart to beat, and for you to breathe, and that kind of. And it's a figure. I'm not sure how accurate it is, but it's kind of it's a figure that is generally accepted as that's how many calories you need to survive. And then the number of calories that you would then utilize when you're moving during the course of the day would be those 500 extra calories.
Right.
So what Ariel was suggesting was only if you are struggling with inch weight loss. Okay, that's the only thing, is if you feel like you're stuck and you feel like nothing is moving, then you may want to look at the calorific intake of what you're eating. But I want to stress this, okay? We are talking about if you are really, really, really struggling and you've done absolutely everything else and you're trying to find out what's the sticking point, then looking at your calorie consumption, like you said, if you've increased your intake of nuts, for example, nuts and seeds and that kind of thing, is to then look at your calorie intake. But I cannot stress enough, don't get bogged down with it.
Yes,
Please don't.
I've spent months on the Fast 800 where you are literally counting all your proteins, all your carbs and your calories. And it's just, I mean, to be absolutely honest with MyFitnessPal, which is what I was using,
Yeah.
MyFitnessPal, the only thing that satisfies MyFitnessPal is a protein shake. There's nothing else nutritionally. I've never ever been able to put in, and it doesn't matter, you know, the Mosleys advise you on different protein blocks, like I can't remember what it is, but you know, a couple of boiled eggs is so many G's of protein. And MyFitnessPal just will never accept that. But that's the only thing that I found that was even remotely feasible for trying to follow. I did lose the weight with Fast 800, but it's just not sustainable. So, you know, so I was a bit distressed. So I've misunderstood. Okay, thank you for clarifying.
No, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, thank you.
But those comments that Ariel talks about, those different sections that she asks, that she suggests you might want to look at, we are talking about if you are really struggling, then you might need to have a look. But if you're feeling comfortable, if your inches are moving, if you're feeling better, if you're getting NSVs, regardless of what those NSVs are, if you are getting NSVs, then your body is healing. Your body is doing what it needs to do.
Okay.
And the weight loss, the release of fat or the release of weight might be a little bit further down the pecking order.
Okay.
So whilst ever your body is actually doing something positive, then I would suggest don't even worry about those. Those are last ditched attempts.
I haven't attempted to count the calories at all. I think one of the best tips that I think you've given us is to try and have variety, to stave off the same old, because I think that's a real danger point for myself, you know, that I'm a bit guilty of having the same thing. So I've ordered some crab, and I've just, you know, I'm going to have some different things for sure.
Lovely.
I've made the seed bread for the first time, but one slice is a killer filler. My God,
I know.
I was full up for about 5 hours on one slice with some nut butter on. So I don't think you can overdo that one. But it's nice. It's nice. I enjoyed it.
And it freezes. It freezes really
I'm
well.
going to have to freeze it because there's no way to eat it.
No. But it freezes really well. So you can slice it and freeze it individually, and then you can just take it and pop it out. Keeps for ages.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
It is really good. But good question, Susan. So thank you for that. Thank you for getting it clarified. Okay, has anyone else got any questions about this week? Jane, Catherine is, I haven't got her showing again. So Julie, could you ask her to try and come in again? Because she's not showing as it being in the waiting room at all. So thank you for that. Okay. So we are on to week 4 of spring. Or Roger, are you moving into mild spring or summer this week? Have you decided what you're going to do? Do you want to come on?
I'm going to stay in spring for another week because Saturday night I thought I'd have some sweet potato, and about half an hour afterwards I felt that full and uncomfortable. I thought, no, I'm not going to do that again for
okay.
Yeah, so I don't know why. I can't remember what we had, sweet potato, and it was with something. And that was the worst I'd felt for 2 or 3 weeks after a meal. So
a bit heavy. Did it feel a bit heavy?
Yeah.
Okay. So, sorry, 1 second, Roger. Julie, Catherine just came in and I admitted her, but she's not coming in through. Can you ask her to try again for me? Thank you. Sorry about that. I can't juggle two things at once. Ah, she's here. She's here. Yay! Hello, Catherine. Okay, so did you have quite a large portion of sweet potato? Because you were like, yes, I can have sweet potato. Was that what happened?
Just had like one reasonably sized sweet potato, and oh, that's what we did with it. I made a sort of a cottage pie, you know, minced beef, and it was on the top. That's what it was. And there was a lot of it. Yeah, there was quite a lot of it. And of course, it's so nice. We went back and had probably a bit too much. So yeah, so I might, obviously when I need it for energy, I'll probably have it, but
yeah,
I think I'm quite happy doing what I've been doing.
Okay, happy in spring at the moment. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll keep going with that then for the rest of this week, and we'll have a chat on Friday and see how you feel about the weekend, approaching the weekend.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
And how's your training been? Has it been okay? Have you been doing any training on the bike or anything?
Not a lot really. I've just been keeping it really light, so plenty of walks, speed walking with the dogs, stuff like that really. I had my MRI scan results today, which shows a small tear in the meniscus. Okay. Which he said is obviously it's not going to stop you running, but it's the impact which is causing it to play up from time to time. Mm-hmm. So basically, if I train smarter, so run at a slower pace, which this should work well really, because I should have the energy to keep going longer. Then he said, he didn't say it would heal, but it's not going to stop me doing what I want to do. So he didn't advise that it needed an operation, which is a relief.
That's good news, yeah.
So, but as it's feeling so much better the last 2 or 3 weeks, so I'm going to just leave it this week, like you said, and then at the weekend I should go out and give it a go. And
perfect.
So right. Sweet potato again on Saturday night. Yeah. But not so much.
A bit before, the night before, a little bit in the morning before you go, a little bit when you get back, and protein when you return.
Yeah. Give it a go.
Perfect. Okay. Right. So how are we feeling about this week ahead? Has anyone got any particular challenges that they're going to be facing this week? No? Okay. So what's your biggest challenge at the moment? What is it that you're struggling with, if anything, at the moment? So does anybody want to go first? What's challenging you? No, nobody's challenged at all. Oh, that's amazing. Mel?
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
I have my normal smiley face back.
Yay!
My problem seems to have solved itself.
Oh, cool.
My body doesn't like spring, or it's deep spring. Since I've gone to mild spring, I've lost a shitload of weight in the last 24 hours.
Yay!
So, yeah, and my body is no longer going, don't do this to me, I don't like it. It's going, I say that's fine, I feel that. So it really didn't like
deep spring.
Really didn't like it at all. So yeah, and I did my measurements this morning, and in 24 hours I've lost 1.5 inches of my waist.
Wow, that's fantastic.
I don't know how that happens, but and I put my jeans on this morning that I only had on 2 days ago, and they're noticeably loose, whereas they weren't then. So
fabulous.
I haven't lost any weight on the scales though.
Doesn't matter.
So, but definitely
Yeah,
something has shifted.
fabulous.
But that's just introducing the sweet potato and the courgettes and the butternut squash and a little bit of honey here and there. Seems to be a much more comfortable place. So I'm just wondering whether with the diabetes, the deep spring just completely throws your metabolism out and just confuses it completely. Whether you just have to stay a little bit slightly less.
Yeah, I think, and I know Paul Kozer,
Okay.
Coker, that's it. He suggests that the mild side of it is much better for managing on the diabetes front. So yeah, so his advice is mild works better. So that's cool.
And I feel a lot more comfortable. I'm not hanging tired. The pain's gone.
Yay.
Just my body seems to have gone, oh yeah, no, that's fine. I can do that.
Yeah.
Please don't do that to me again. Didn't like that.
No. So deep spring.
Isn't it? Really odd.
But you're hearing what's fabulous is you're actually listening to your body and you're hearing your body. You're actually communicating with your body now. And that's amazing.
Yeah, it just shows how different we are though, because Roger just said he tried the sweet potato and he felt awful. So it's just bizarre, isn't it? You know?
It is. And it's, but because we've gone through those first 5 weeks of taking away all the toxins and all the confusing foods that muddle the signals from your body, we've got rid of those. So now you're actually hearing what your body's telling you. And as you say, everybody's different, which is why now we need to start tweaking it. If you're comfortable in deep spring, fabulous. If you're not comfortable in deep spring, then try a few middle foods, add a few bits and pieces until you find that place where you feel really comfortable, and your body will tell you. It absolutely will tell you.
It's difficult to know whether it's your body or whether it's the devil though, isn't it?
Now, if you're craving donuts, it's your sugar monster and your food devil. If you're craving a tomato, it's probably not your food devil.
Okay. All I can say is the difference was when I was craving sugar, it was a voice on my shoulder, whereas this was my whole body was going, stop it.
Yeah.
Do it to me. And it wasn't just a voice, it was literally this compulsion that don't do this to me, I don't like it.
Yeah.
So that was the difference that I found. So
that's fabulous. That's absolutely fabulous.
Actually, a little bit of honey on my seed crackers, it seems to quite like. But I have absolutely no compulsion for anything that we gave up, let go of, whatever you want to call it, at all. So I walked past someone with a cigarette and I was like, ooh, that's gross.
Fabulous. Yay!
Yeah, no.
How many days now? How many days now without a cigarette? How many days?
What, we're week 9, so must be a month now, isn't it?
Got to be close to.
And every Sunday I'm putting 30 quid in a separate bank account, which is what I would have spent on cigarettes.
Yay! Fabulous.
So by the end of the year, I'll have enough to replace my kitchen, I think.
That's awesome.
What's that, £30 a week? So what's that, £2,000?
Yeah, 1,500 quid, yeah.
So a
big chunk towards it.
And so that's my Sunday morning thing, is transfer 30 quid into a separate account for my
fabulous.
So, and I've never done that before when I've given up. So I think I can actually see it in reality. So that's
fabulous.
That's quite nice. Yeah, but no, I've got no cravings for any of the bad things. The only thing I was craving is a banana, some honey, and tomatoes.
Perfect.
I haven't had the banana yet. I didn't know if that was going one step too far, but.
Do you have a craving for banana now?
No, not right now.
Right. So the tomato and the little bit of honey was probably enough for what your body needed. So
I did for breakfast this morning though. I ended up with pancetta, tomatoes, scrambled egg and mushrooms, but I really wanted an apple and a banana, was what I really wanted. And I don't know whether that's just because it's convenient.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to actually physically make it, but I'm really struggling. I can't do the alkagizer. It just makes me want to vomit.
No, well, probably because you've been having the alkagizer for quite a long time and in deep spring. So at the moment, your body needs lighter foods.
Yeah,
rather than
it
the
just makes
bitter
me want to
green.
eat. Just the thought of it. I've tried it about 2 days and it's gone down the sink because I just can't put it down. So, which is really odd because when I first started having it, I really enjoyed it. It was really nice. So it's just.
But don't forget, I mean, in one of a few of Eric's videos, it talks about the fact that everything that we consume has a defense mechanism. Animals have claws, or they can run really fast, or whatever. So that's their defense mechanism.
And we vomit.
Plants, sorry.
We vomit.
Well, we have plants have chemical defenses. So we've learnt how to bypass or how to negate or deal with those chemical defenses that plants have. However, if you have too much of one particular plant, the toxin or the chemical defense that's in that particular plant can build up until it gets to a level where your body goes, I can't handle this anymore. I need a break from it in order to be able to get rid of what's already here. So that's why sometimes you could, like you're talking about the alkagizer, thinking about it makes you feel ill because your body's going, I don't need any more of that at the moment. I'm still dealing with the plant defense mechanism. I'm still processing that at the moment. So don't give me any more at the minute. What you'll then find is maybe in a month's time, you'll think about the alkagizer and you go, oh, do you know what? I really fancy one. And your body won't give you that signal because it's dealt with it and it's got rid of it and it's quite happy. So yeah. So that's fine. Because and which is one of the reasons that we ask you to change up the alkagizer. Not to have the same recipe all the time, but to change the ingredients up, to make sure that you switch things around. Because historically, we had over 200 different plant foods during the course of a year. So you wouldn't be eating the same plant over and over and over again. Different seasons have different plants. Okay. So you would be constantly changing what your base food would be, basically. So that's what we're looking at here is with the alkagizer is changing up what's in there so that you don't get to a point where your body goes, I've got too much of whatever the nutrient or the toxin that's in that plant. I've got too much of it. So just keep changing it up. But it's really interesting that you're thinking about the alkagizer and it makes you feel ill. That is a fabulous, fabulous response because your body is telling you straight away. No, honestly, your body's telling you straight away, don't even have this. Don't even go there because at this point in time, that's not what I need. What I need is a little bit of honey or a little bit of sweet potato or a little bit of something else. That's what I need now. Brilliant.
Does that not then defeat the staying in ketosis?
No. Ketosis is a process that your body goes through, but it is not necessary to be in ketosis to release fat. Okay, it's not. Ketosis is one of the processes that your body can go through, and to get into fat burning mode, particularly if you're exercising and things like that, can be really, really useful because you can go for a long period of time with a great source of energy. But you don't have to be in ketosis to release fat at all. How many of you released fat before we got into spring? Yeah, so that was by getting rid of those products or those foods that we're giving as mixed messages and making the messages to our body clear. Spring is healing. Spring is all about giving your body chance to heal and release anything that's not going to serve you, whether it's toxins, whether it's fat or whatever. But don't forget, there's a deep spring and there's a mild spring. a mild spring has those middle foods, has some carbohydrate in there. The only reason we take you into deep spring is you would never do that as a norm. You would never go into deep spring as a norm. When we come to the end of the program, you'll go into spring, and it'll be your spring. It'll be the spring that feels comfortable for you. And it'll be a combination of all the greenery and the middle foods. Okay, so we only do deep spring during the 90-day program to really give you as big a hit of spring as we possibly can in a very short space of time. But it's not something that you would do. The only reason I do deep spring is because I do the 90-day challenge with people. And I do spring with my groups, and it makes me do my cycling. So I do spring with the groups, but I will be honest with you, I bring middle foods in probably 3 or 4 times a week. So I'll have a few days of deep spring, and then I'll add a bit of middle food. Okay, so where you are now, moving into mild spring is perfect. And it will release, Your body's happy now.
Feels happier. Yeah.
It's all happy.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was not a nice few days. It was really, really
I know.
unpleasant. So I'm
I know.
much happier. Back to smiling.
Yay! Fab. So well done, Mel. Brilliant. Brilliant. Okay, Catherine. Hello, my darling. How are you coping? Because out of everybody, you're probably the most restricted. So how are you doing?
Yeah, I had the same reaction as Mel to the Alka-Geyser a couple of weeks ago, so I've stopped it since then. But I have had some chickpeas and some lentils, but not every day. I'm just trying to mix it up as best I can, really, and just if I've got to have cauliflower soup for 3 days in a row, which is what I've just had here, then I do. I'm just kind of getting on with it, really. I was craving bread massively last week, I think it was. Don't know why. Just wanted some crusty, something to chew, I think it was, because I haven't got any food to chew. Which is really weird, because I suppose my chewing food was processed food, like corn chunks or veggie sausages, things like that. So I just really needed something to chew. So I kind of made some seed crackers, which worked this time, and that helped a bit. But yeah, I guess you guys have all got things you can chew. No, you can't really chew a chickpea.
No, not quite the same, is it?
No, not
No.
even.
Do you eat eggs?
Yes.
Okay. Have you tried? Because I played golf with Helen on the weekend, and she introduced me to cloud bread, which I know Barry is a particularly fine chef at for this cloud bread. He is. But I've never tried it. It's one of those recipes that I keep posting, and I keep going, I must try that, I must try that, I must try that.
Is that
And Helen, sorry, yeah,
avocado?
avocado cloud bread. Have you tried it?
No, not yet.
Helen made some, and she let me have some when we were on the course on the weekend, and it was fabulous, I have to say, as a really nice alternative to bread.
Is it chewy?
What do you reckon, Helen?
Yeah, I mean, I made a sandwich out of it, and I felt like I was eating a sandwich.
Oh.
So yeah, it's not obviously not as chewy as bread, but yeah, I think it's nice.
Yeah. Okay.
I will be making some more.
I'll pop over.
I made that what is it, the bread, the nut and seed bread, but I didn't make the whole lot because it seemed an awful lot, but I just made bars out of it, like nut bars. That's nice. That's chewy.
Yeah.
Is it Nordic nut bread or something?
Oh yeah.
You can make it in bars, or you can put it in little muffin trays. I only did that yesterday. It's nice. Very filling. Who else? Someone else said they had that, didn't they? It was filling. Yeah.
Susan, yeah. Oh, and Carol Ann. Fabulous.
I like
Yeah,
that.
it is. I really like that. The nut bread. So that's definitely one worth having a go at.
Yeah, I do carry a box of nuts around with me as well, just in case.
Okay.
They usually live in the car, so in between
Right.
visits. So I can't eat too many of them then because they're in the car.
That's all right. Oh, that's good. Good way of doing it. So is boredom a tricky thing for you then at the moment?
Yeah, just trying to find some variety. Yeah, things just seem to taste the same really, or have the same consistency.
Okay.
Lots of soups and stew type things, really. Stir fry stuff, I suppose, that's crunchy. That's nice, but you know, this doesn't feel like there's a great amount I can put in there.
So what are you missing?
I don't know, really. Bread, potatoes, I think. Root vegetables. Oh, big chunks of carrot in my stew. That would be nice.
Did you ever think that you'd be craving a big chunk of carrot?
Well, yeah, I am a bit odd like that. I do like a carrot.
No, I love carrots. It's just at the start of the program, everyone's going, "Oh, I'm looking forward to my bread and my donuts and my cream cake." Now it's, "I want a carrot."
Yeah.
Oh, how things have changed. All right, I will try and find. I will bring up some more veggie recipes. I'll do a glut of vegetarian recipes for you.
Thank you.
Okay, and see if we can't zhuzh it up a bit, spice it up a bit. Okay, all right, but well done, Catherine. Awesome. So Helen, what was our challenge this weekend?
I sort of failed mine a bit.
No, you didn't. No such thing as failing.
Okay, so basically I decided I wasn't going to have a glass of wine, and then when we got there I thought, I don't know, I quite fancy a glass of wine, so I thought I will just have one glass. And I did drink it very, very slowly during the meal. But all I can say is the next day, after one glass of wine, I felt crap.
Really?
Not a hangover, I just felt crap. Can't explain the feeling, but it was like my whole body was like, ugh. But
Wow.
it was interesting because it's made me realise how it's going to make me feel. So I probably won't, I'll probably stay off of it. I mean, I sound like an alcoholic, don't I? I'm not an alcoholic. But, I just sort of thought, well, everyone's having a drink, I fancy a drink. But, I drank 3 litres of water on Saturday night as well.
Yeah.
And that was on top of the 2 that I drank during the daytime.
Wow.
Well, I don't know what it was that made me thirsty. Something in the food must have really made me thirsty because I just couldn't get enough water.
Right.
So yeah, I did enjoy the glass of wine. The first sip was a bit probably tasted a bit sweet, but once I've got used to it, a couple of sips, I thought, no, it's fine. But but I wouldn't, I wasn't thinking, oh my god, yeah, I've got to have another glass of wine.
Very good. So your thought process for deciding to have one, and there is no right or wrong here, okay? And the one thing that I will emphasize over and over and over again, there is no such thing as a wagon to fall off. Okay, this is not being on a diet. You're not on a diet. You're starting to understand the foods that your body likes and the foods that your body doesn't like. And then you can make choices in the future as to what you decide to put in your body. But this is not a diet, okay? So having a glass of wine, if that's what you choose to do, okay, that's fine. But do it mindfully, which is what you did. So I'm intrigued as to what the conversation was going on in the lead up to deciding to have it.
Yeah, I suppose it was, I reckon it was my first actual experience of the food devil, saying, oh,
wow,
one glass won't hurt. Honestly, Honestly, and I think in the morning the angel was saying, "I told you so." It was really weird, but yeah, I mean, I can't believe I'm sitting here saying this, because I love going out and having a drink, you know, and having a bit of a, you know, sort of get deeper and deeper into it, then wake up feeling really bad. So I didn't feel terribly in the morning, but I just felt a little bit different.
Yeah.
Just, I suppose I felt a bit like I'd been poisoned. I don't know. It was very, very, but not a hangover. Just I just felt ill. Don't know. Can't explain. It wasn't a hangover. It was just not a nice feeling in the morning.
Yeah. And if you'd known that that's how, if you'd kind of got a memory of how you felt the following morning, at the time that you decided to have the glass of wine, do you think you would have had it?
Probably not, no. But then the reason I only had one glass is I know if I have 2 or 3 glasses, then I will have a shocking hangover. So I knew that one was going to be my limit anyway. But I was actually quite surprised at how that one glass made me feel. I'm sort of glad that I did it, really, because it's made me realise. And it was quite good fun, actually, seeing everybody else like drunk and, you know, talking crap. It was really funny. Falling all over the place. Oh, it was quite amusing. That's normally me, you see.
But it's fascinating, and what you've just been through is the experiences you're going to have at the end of the 90 days, when you're going to try introducing more things, the ones that you want to. This is the process that I'm going to be asking you to go through, is to think about the conversation that's going on beforehand, how you feel beforehand, and then how the first taste feels, how the second taste feels, like we did right at the beginning when we were doing our food timeline. So it was your decision. We were having a social. You decided that you wanted to have a glass of wine to be part of that, I suggest, maybe.
Yeah.
And it was there's still this connection with, if you're in a group that's drinking, you have to be drinking to be part of it. I know that's something I struggle with. So and there are times.
I mean, at the beginning, you know, we had the welcome drink, and Paolo asked what I wanted, and I said, Sebastian asked what I wanted. I said sparkling water, and then Paolo came over and he's like, sparkling water, I'll get you something else. No, it's fine. I mean, the thing is, you can always say you're driving, can't you? It's a good excuse, isn't it, not to drink?
But I get the sparkling water and I put it in a wine glass.
Right, yeah, I suppose
Big
that's
wine glass. And for me, psychologically, that just really helps, because I'm still having a drink with everybody else. It's just the content of the glass is different. So, yeah. Now, what did you think of the dessert? You're all going to prick your ears up for this, because we finally came up with a spring dessert.
It was very nice. There wasn't enough of it.
Oh, it was. Did anyone on your table try it?
No.
Oh,
nobody even asked what I'd got, because the way it came up, it was in the dish and there was a serviette around it, wasn't there? And the way he placed it, no one else could actually see what was there. So I just sat and ate it, and no one said a word. They were very, very polite, or they just didn't notice.
My lot went, what have you got? And then it went around the whole table of 8. By the time it came back to me, I had about that much left in the bottom.
No, I would have been really annoyed. Especially as it was your nut butter as well.
So what the chef did, we asked the chef to if he could create a dessert for us that had no sugar, no dairy, no nothing. And he came up, originally he said a peanut butter mousse. And I went back to him and said, could we make that almond butter rather than peanut butter, please? And he said, yeah, that's fine. And I supplied them with the almond butter. But he made this mousse, and it was, I have to say, it was fabulous. He used egg whites and beat those up until they were light and fluffy. Now, he used soy cream, which isn't optimal. Soy is not such a good source, because it's generally difficult to get non-GMO and that kind of thing. But I wasn't gonna, we were very grateful that he was trying to come up with something. So he used soy cream, and I reckon we could probably do it with coconut cream to do it again, I reckon we could replace the soy cream with coconut cream. So that's my next challenge I'm going to go. But he beat up the egg white, folded in the cream, and then folded in the almond butter, and then put roasted almonds on the top, or almond flakes on the top. It was absolutely delicious. It was really, really nice. And there was just that hint of sweetness in it. It wasn't sweet, but there was that hint. You know, when you roast nuts and you get that kind of, there's a background sweetness there. Did you find the same, Helen?
Yeah, I thought it was lovely.
Yeah.
Really nice.
So did the rest of my table.
Well, I'm glad mine didn't notice.
Yeah. So you can come up with a dessert. So there you go. I'm going to have a play with it at home, and when I get the right combination, I'll post it so you can have a dessert in spring. Crunchy.
I made the cauliflower chocolate mousse yesterday.
Right.
Really nice. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I left out the recipe was for sweetener and stuff, so I left all that out. But then it tasted a little more like a dark chocolate, I suppose, because I managed to get the cacao powder rather than cocoa powder. But yeah, it's nice. And I chopped up some nuts and put that on top.
Nice.
I've got one waiting for tonight as well.
Yay. Fabulous.
Yeah, really nice. Amazing what you can do, as you say, amazing what you can do with the cauliflower, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Cauliflower has to be probably the most versatile vegetable. And I know Catherine adores it.
Well, I've just had a curry tonight and I had cauliflower with it. And then I'd stir-fried green beans and Brussels sprouts.
Oh, nice.
Which I've never in a million years thought I'd eat Brussels sprouts. But I'm having them quite a lot.
Oh, I love Brussels sprouts. Cool.
No, I can't believe it. I haven't roasted or stir-fried. I don't particularly like them like steamed or anything. So yeah, that's quite.
There you go.
Feel like I'm being adventurous.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I've actually been in deep spring because I have been having tomatoes, not every day, but occasionally. And then if I make a curry, it's got like tomato, tomato. I found some sugar-free tomato passata, which is very bitter, by the way.
Right.
Got it from the health shop, very, very bitter. It's all right in cooking though.
Yeah.
So yeah, I may possibly not have been in a complete deep spring, but
spring is spring for fat release and for health, for repair. Spring is spring. Okay, taking you into deep spring is to give you as fast a switch from sugar burning to fat burning as we can. But even if you're in mild spring, at some stage you will move over into fat burning. So
yeah, I'll carry on as I say. I don't have tomatoes every day.
no.
I've had the odd tomato if I've had a bit of salad, but maybe only 4 little cherry tomatoes, so it's not like a lot.
No.
Yeah,
brilliant, and very noticeable because everybody's been telling me how good you look.
Thank you.
So yeah, so people.
I should share the picture on Signal, shouldn't I, of the dress? Yeah. What I looked like in it 2 years ago compared to.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should because it's.
Yeah, so I've actually lost 3 inches now of my waist and hips.
Wow, that's fabulous. 3 inches.
3 inches now, yeah.
Neck.
And I think around my thighs as well, I think is 3 inches.
Wow.
Everywhere else, I think it's about 1.5 inches. So it's sort of good because it's coming off the bottom more than it is the top, which is great. Because that's always been my problem.
Fabulous.
Top and not the bottom. So that's yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, it was nice because lots of people noticed and it was lovely. Everyone kept coming over. Oh, you look so good.
Fabulous.
So, yeah.
Yay! Awesome. Well done, Helen, and well covered for the weekend because it's our first kind of major function, big function, and yeah, we handled it really well. So perfect. That's cool. Okay, Caroline, how are you doing, my sweet?
I'm okay. After I went into mild spring on when did I speak to you? Wednesday night, Thursday, whenever it was. Yeah, I've been adding a little bit of tomato. I had a little bit of carrot in a salad the other day, not much, and some courgette. So I've only added those 3 things in small quantities, but it has made a big difference. But of course, I'm not on the Alkagizer.
No.
So yesterday and this morning, I had one that just had lots of bits of lettuce. Susan, when she left, gave me some lettuce, and I had some lettuce languishing in the fridge. So I tried making the Alkagizer with lettuce, a tiny little bit of spinach, only 2 or 3 leaves. I mean, really not very much, and parsley and stuff like that. It was all right. It didn't taste brilliant, but I mean, I'd put in some spicy things in, but I didn't love it. I must admit, a bit like Mel, it was a bit. I just wanted to introduce it because I felt as though I wasn't having enough vegetables, perhaps. So I'm going to try again tomorrow with a different mix of stuff, just lettucey things, and see how that goes. But generally, I have felt a lot better and started to sleep better.
Hey, good.
The itching's gone. My throat is still a bit husky, but I mean, that's going. But I'm just drinking loads and loads of water still. So I feel tons better.
Good.
I haven't got masses of energy. I mean, I have to walk into Illusion back and I'm worn out. I just think that's not like me. So it's not quite there with the energy, but that's fine. You know, I feel so much better. So it's good. So all okay. But I just think, you know, like the rest, I'm not in deep spring. So therefore I haven't lost any weight. But I haven't got a decent measure here. So I haven't measured myself. So I have to wait till the weekend when I'm back in the UK. Or go and buy one. But I want to wait actually and just see when I get back what I've lost in inches, if anything, because definitely my clothes are fitting me better. And, you know, bras, I'm putting on different hooks and things like that. So there's definitely a change, but it's probably going to be slow progress now, I would imagine.
It's fine.
But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's fine.
What I found was that during the 90 days, I had some fat loss, some fat release, and some inch release. In the 90 days following my 90 days, it fell off.
All right, okay.
So it happened after the program because I think there was other stuff going on during the program. The body was doing other things it needed to do first.
Right.
And then after the 90 days, because it had dealt with all that, it just kind of fell off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
So it's doing what it needs to do in the right order.
Yeah, exactly. So it's fine. Quite happy with that.
Perfect. That's brilliant. I'm so pleased.
No, thanks.
Really pleased. Yeah, really pleased. So, Mum, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Yes, yes. I had talking about the Alkagizer. I had mine this morning. I had very little spinach. I had quite a lot of lettuce and broccoli and celery, and I made it. And I, instead of having water, I had almond milk.
Oh.
Because I hadn't got any avocado, and I thought I want it to be a little bit creamy, so I used almond milk and put the spices in, all the spices and the peppers and the salt, and it was lovely. Yeah, cayenne pepper. Put some cayenne pepper in it, and it was really nice. And I made it quite thin because I didn't, you know, and it was really, really, really good. I enjoyed it. Because I'd got a little bit of a lull with my Alkagizer. I think I tend to stick to the same stuff. And like you're saying, I think my body was telling me I needed to change it. So yeah, the almond milk was great. The almond milk in it was great as my fluid. Yeah, it was good. So that was a change. What else have I done? Yeah, I just had my usual cauliflower and sprouts and broccoli and loads of different veg for my tea with. I actually made a kind of a meat pate, a meat thing, like it, not a burger, but a similar kind of thing with onions and spices in it, and I had that with my veg tonight, which was nice.
Very good.
But yeah, I'm doing fine. I've released a few more inches. Yeah,
Fabulous.
yeah. And not particularly shed weight. It's inches I've lost again. But that's how it seems to go with me. I lose the inches, and then suddenly I wake up in the morning and I've lost 3 pounds. You know. So yeah, it's that's how it works with me. So yeah, and oh, sorry, Braid's gone. The lady who went to the do with you on Saturday, Helen. Like Helen, I had a glass of wine last week, at some stage last week. And like her, I felt shocking because I think maybe I think it was the night we went out, and I had a glass with. Well, did I have a glass with Barry? I can't remember, of red wine. I can't remember. But I remember waking up the following morning and thinking, ugh, I won't be having that again for a while. But yes, more or less what everybody else is experiencing. Hadn't got a lot of weight release to lose, but certainly my shape's changing again. So I've still got a little bit of a tummy. So I'm happy that that's sort of going rather than losing weight. Yeah. So
Very
it's
good.
great. Yeah.
So
That's me, really.
So you're staying in mild spring for the rest of the week? Mild or deep?
No, I shall stay in Deep Spring till the weekend.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then I'll have some fruit, I think.
Okay.
Oh, and I'll tell everybody else, when they first have their first banana, it's amazing. I can remember from last time. I remember the first banana I had, and I thought I savoured it. I just have sat and nibbled it, sat on the sofa and thinking, this tastes absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, your taste buds are so enhanced. So everything that you have tastes so much better.
Yeah.
Because we just took it for granted before, didn't we? We just used to eat them and not really taste them. You know, it's yeah. So yeah.
Wow.
It's fine.
Right. Good checking. Barry, how are you?
Yeah, fine, thank you. Yeah.
Any challenge? Any challenge? I saw your soup. How did your soup go down?
Very well, very well. Mrs. Thomas liked it. Went down very well. Yeah. So
you want to be careful. She'll have you cooking like this, you know.
She can think on.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Chef Thomas.
Whilst it happens, it won't last very long. But no, fine. Be fine. Yeah, all right.
Good. And did you manage to find the alkalizer mix that you still okay with that at the moment? No,
I kind of lost interest. I'm doing everything else, but I've lost interest in that.
Okay.
We are eating a lot of vegetables. We're eating a lot of the old the roast. We've done it a few times now. Margaret's lovely vegetable bake.
Yeah.
Really nice. So we're having that a lot. So I'm kind of accepting the fact that alkalizers aren't for me. I'm being good with most things, so that's the little one I'm letting slip.
Okay, but you've done really well with that, considering how much you hated it, and we're now on week 9. It's only now that you kind of gone.
Yeah.
You know, so you've done brilliant.
Yeah.
So yeah, well done. Okay.
No.
Cool. Happy to carry on, or happy as you can be to carry on for another week.
Yeah.
Perfect. So Jackie. This is like creeping death. She sits there going, oh my God, when am I going to be called on?
Oh,
how are you doing?
Everyone else is doing so well, and I'm getting beaten up by the sugar monster. He's kicking my ass, he really is. I think it's because it's Sam's birthday on Saturday coming, so I'm looking at cake recipes and birthday cakes for a 5-year-old. So just sitting there with chocolate and frosting and all the cakey goodness in looking at me and going, you know, it's just just it's his birthday, you know, he'd be upset if he didn't have any cake. And he's 5 years old, he doesn't care, he wants it in his face, not mine. So I think now I'm back at work after half term, it'll be easier and I can just power through the week, and they can have the cake and everyone else can have the cake, and that'll be fine. And I'll cry in the pantry to myself.
Do you honestly think the cake is going to taste anything like as good as you remember it?
Yeah.
Do you think so?
I'm hoping it won't, but at the moment the sugar monster's there going, yes it will, it really will, you know it will. Yeah, so I'm just trying to do whatever I can to take my mind off it, and not think about it whilst trying to plan for a birthday party, which is not fun. But
have you ever thought about doing a fruit cake and I don't mean making a fruit cake, I mean a cake out of fruit?
I think Sam might tell me to do one if I gave him a cake made of fruit. He's very specific in his Mario and Luigi Rainbow Road chocolate cake. I don't know how it's going to be rainbow and chocolate. I don't know. But yeah, if I turned up with fruit, I think he would be like, no. He's enjoying the smoothies and stuff, but yeah, his heart's set on this very specific cake.
Okay, fair enough. So little mantra then, not this time.
Yeah, this time, and lots of water, and yeah, I think, I don't know, this is the first time it's been really this bad of wanting sugar, and I think it must be because it's realized that you're not getting any, and it's having this final push of, come on, you can, just a little bit,
having a tantrum.
Yeah.
Having a tantrum in the corner.
I never thought I'd be excited to get back to work, just to take my mind off it.
It won't be long, because after the weekend, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, and the rest of the time we don't have it in the house anymore, so you know, it's just the fact that I know it's coming, and I know that, and hopefully if I just give everyone really big slices and just feed it all to them, then it will be gone by Sunday, and then it's out of the house again.
Okay. Right,
really
keep going. Keep going. Keep strong. Keep strong. Keep strong. You'll be fine.
Will do.
Okay, but I want pictures, because I want to see this chocolate rainbow Super Mario cake. Be awesome. Julie, how are you, my sweet?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
And that's it.
Yeah. Direct and to the point, eh?
Are you mild spring, deep spring? No spring?
No, mild spring. Deep spring doesn't agree with me. I've always found it from the first time round.
Yeah, so it is often the case. So yeah, it's about finding the balance for you, which you've done. So how much have you released any more inches and things, do you think?
Yeah, I've changed shape a lot.
Have you?
I've not measured. I'm not measuring to the end, and I'm not weighing to the end.
No.
Else it'll just like, ooh, stressful. Don't want it. It'll happen.
It will. It will. Okay.
Yeah.
So
all's good.
Perfect. Well, stay at it. You know what you're doing, so sorted.
Good.
Okay, so I think we're coming up for time. Has anybody got anything else that they want to share, or they want to ask, or they would like from me over the course of this week with help? I've said that I'll pull out some more vegetarian. I'll try and find something with crunch and things like that if I can. Yeah, bit of crunch and chew if I can get in there. Okay, I'll see what I can come up with.
Did anyone get lunchbox things for crafts next week?
Oh, lunchbox things, yes. We did say we were going to help Mel out with this. You've been rubbish. So come on. So, Mel, where would you prefer it to be posted? Does Mighty Networks work?
Mighty Networks or Signal or wherever, anywhere, as long as
we get some. Okay. What?
I will probably take a flask of soup and some seed crackers and some salad picky bits or something. But
Okay.
my friend that's coming with me is also vegan, so I would take like a tuna salad and some smoked salmon and stuff, but obviously I can't do that for her, so she's just makes life really difficult.
Okay. So are you providing for both of you?
Well, I thought we just did like a tear and share thing kind of in a big bag, so I got a cool bag and I was just going to shove a load of stuff in and she was going to do the same. So
and she's vegan, so she doesn't do eggs. Okay.
I'm not keen on eggs either. I do them under protest, but they're not my go-to.
Okay.
I feel a bit queasy, so I have to really be in the eggs. So that wouldn't be my idea of a lunchbox, especially not warm eggs. That's not,
okay.
no. So
no challenge. No challenge.
Okay, so it's going to be like 3 meals worth, because it's
3 meals.
We'll be leaving at like 4:30 in the morning, and we probably won't be back till 10 o'clock at night. So it's not just lunch, it's like a whole day's worth of food, you know. So
okay.
And there will be lots of cake and all sorts of stuff around that everybody always brings, because everyone does a little buffet on their own bench. So it's like we're going to be surrounded by hideous stuff. So I need to know that I've got enough, and I might not eat any of it, I might not want it, but I need to know that there's stuff there that if I do want it,
yeah,
I've got something that's appetizing, not just a stick of celery, really.
Okay.
Anything imaginative, just that
the
travels well.
The gauntlet has been laid. So can we each find one recipe or one idea, lunchbox idea that we can post on Signal? We'll do it on Signal, and then.
Thank you.
Is that a deal for everybody? Help Mel out with that one. Give me a thumbs up if you can try. Perfect. Okay. Right. Come on, Barry, you can find one.
I was doing well. I just found keto Scotch eggs, but now she's blown that one out of the water.
Oh. Okay. We'll find some bits for you. So. All right. Have a great week, everybody. Any problems or any questions? Feel free to reach out. But stick with it for another week. You're doing so well, and you're so close to the end now. Okay, so close. So brilliant. Have a great week, and I will see you on Friday. Right. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.